How can I advertise like you if I'm a newbie? Hello, everybody. That is our question for today's episode of Ask Me Anything. This is Katrina. I'm coming to you live from a mall. I just had my I just finished my gym session. I'm back to the gym after a week of hibernation at home, and because it was March break, so lots of activities for the boys, and I feel good that I'm back to the routine. The boys are back. Among here are, you know, celebrating for your me time. The boys are back in school here in North America. I'm not sure if it's just, I think it's just here in Canada. It's March break. So they usually have like a week of break from school. So we basically took advantage of that to do doctor's appointment, dental appointments. By the way, if you're tuning in live, comment live, or if you're catching this on a replay, comment replay and let me know where you're tuning in from so we know how global we are. And if this is the first time you're tuning in and seeing me, I am Katrina. I am a mom of three. I'm based in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I love what I do. I help ambitious working mamas like you watching right now make life changing money online. And you know what? I just realized I just celebrated the initial 5th year anniversary of me checking this business opportunity, me taking that big step to learning more about this online opportunity. And coming April 4th, that will be my official 5 years here doing this business. By the way, this is my no makeup post gym look. I forgot my makeup kit, so this is just all moisturizer and all. So for those of you wondering, yes, I'm so big with moisturizers, serums, especially winter season here in Canada can really be harsh. So loading up on lots of moisturizers. And also, let me see here. So that's me. And also, I share like tips, ideas here to for you busy working mamas out there to uncover feel good productivity while making money online. And I recently had this question, this one over here. How can I advertise like you if I'm a newbie? So I just rephrased it, but the actual question was, Katrina, these are for all incoming business partners of mine, or whether you're in the community for a while, you're my business partner, and you're kind of challenged, or you feel like you're struggling on this area, because this is the main thing that we do here. We do social media marketing, attraction marketing, and this is a very sensible question, especially if you're new here in the business, or if you're wondering, how can I be like my coach or my mentor or like you, Katrina, and this incoming business partner of mine, she said, how can I attract my audience? How can I encourage them to do the business as well and take me as their mentor? Or how can I basically attract them to join the business if I don't have any results yet, just like you, Coach Katrina. Like you have it so easy right now because there are tangible results that you can actually say in your ads or in your posts, like that you're able to pay debts and move to a new place, send your son to excuse me, a private school, and now you're living the life like you were able to quit your job 19 months into the business, and now Tuesday morning you're out in the gym sipping your choco peanut butter with the midday squares because they're not sponsors, but it's really good. You're able to do those stuff, and obviously people will be attracted to that. It's so easy for you right now. How about me? Like, how about us who are pretty new coming into the business? And I said, you know what? That's a very good question, and I totally understand where you're coming from. So if you're that, comment me. If you're a business owner, or if you're an incoming business partner, or maybe you're just curious and kind of gauging if this is something that would also be a good fit. If you're wondering how you can also advertise like me or like other coaches out there that you have that you look up to, comment me so I can see, if you're in the same page. And that's totally fine. And what I said was, you know, 5 years ago, come to think of it, I didn't have a single result that I do have right now. Like I don't have the checks, although I don't flash checks. I'm not able to do this yet because I need to go to my 9 to 5. I not I I haven't had like any tangible results yet that would let us transfer, move to a new place. Things like that. I'm not able to travel. I wasn't able to travel yet. I don't have the results that I have right now 5 years ago. So what did I do? Basically, the answer to this one. Okay, take note. I made a post about this as well last night after hosting a Zoom in my community. So it's also like answering the question. Sorry, the answer first is basically telling your story. That is how you can powerfully advertise, okay? Especially in our business. And even if other businesses out there, whether it's a physical product or services, we buy, we purchase something. Well, of course, we need the products or services, but if there are two identical products, we tend to get gravitated towards something that we feel more related to, and that's because of a story. And I tell my story. But Katrina, how do I tell my story? I didn't have any results yet. And that comes, and this basically 4 elements come into play. So what are the 4 elements of telling a powerful story? Here you go. Take notes, all right? Number 1 is your background. So tell your audience who you are, what you've been doing, like prior to prior to seeing this business opportunity. And for example, this is my core story. Like my background is in TV. I used to work as a TV production staff off cam, and with GMA7 way back in the Philippines. I was also a registered nurse, and I used to be a life insurance advisor as well. So those are my background, apart from, of course, being a mom, being an immigrant here in Canada. Those are my background, and it doesn't change because that's my past. I would always mention that in my story. Okay, so that is number 1. Second element of telling your story with power on social media is what you didn't like about your background. For me, after shifting from one career to another, I realized we're still running in circles. That's what I don't like. Like after multiple degrees, my first degree was broadcast communication, and then registered as a registered nurse, so I took up nursing. After those multiple degrees, we still found ourselves not reaching our goals. So that's frustrating, like especially for hardworking moms like us, with like you watching this with multiple kids. Like we feel like we're being pulled from different directions, trying to have it all together. Like, taking care of the kids, raising the families, while supporting at the same time with your spouse, with your partners, right? That's what I don't like. Like I thought moving here to Canada would be the genie in our lamp. We thought we would have it all, but I was wrong. Although yes, we do earn dollars here, and I know for sure many OFWs, overseas Filipino workers, and also overseas workers out there, immigrants, who can relate to this. Yes, we do earn foreign income, but our expenses are also, in that currency. So it's just a different location, but same situation. Same, but different kind of thing, right? So tell that. What are your pain points? If you're working long hours, you have to always snooze the alarm, go and drag yourself to your 9 to 5, and then always just be living for the weekends. That's your pain point. it could that could be a generic one, right? But the details would be different. I have a mom who also shared with me, like I would always ask the people, my audience, who would click on my ad and they will tell me that they are interested. I would always ask them, what got you interested, and where are you based right now? To kind of set the ground, the foundation of our relationship. And one mom actually told me a very heartbreaking story, like her pain point, like why is she trying to find another income source, is that she said one morning, I was about to bring my child to school, and then I found out that my car is not in the parking lot. And she said it was towed. And her heart sank because her car being towed, that means she would have to get it and pay at least $200. She didn't have that money. Like, in that moment, she just cried. She wasn't able to bring her daughter to school. And those moments, those are your pain points. Those are your stories. And as much as it breaks my heart when I heard that, there are thousands of other stories like that. Just different faces, just different situations. But those kinds of stories are the ones that will really resonate with your audience. Not to gain empathy or sympathy, but to connect with them that, hey, I'm also human. I experience all these kinds of emotions, highs and lows. And these low emotions, my basically rock bottom, I'm using this to propel myself, because if this is my rock bottom, there's no other way but to go up. And that was, you know, my story too, 5 years ago. Like I hit rock bottom just on a different situation. I was about to have my maternity leave, like in about 2 months. That means I'll be leaving off of employment insurance, and my husband was a full-time student living off of student loans. So basically, we're fully dependent on the government. That's a rock bottom. That's a pain point. I was so anxious. I was so scared, and I remember praying really hard, like, "Oh my God, Lord, show me something. I know I have to do something to get a different result." It's logical, but it's one of the hardest things to do, because we know to get different results, we need to do something different on a daily basis. But it's just so hard, especially, excuse me, if you've been conditioned to, study hard, work, um, be an employee all your life, and just wait for retirement and enjoy retirement. Hopefully, we're all physically healthy and mentally strong by then. You're missing out the point of living in the moment. So that's your pain point, sharing that to your audience. So that's the second element, okay? And then the third one is what you found out. What I found out is this opportunity. And what is this all about? Of course, the features are okay to mention, like, having the training side, having the mentorship, the coaching, the community, and even if you don't have any prior experience, you'll be able to get through this as long as you have just the basic computer skills. Or just, I have business partners who are really not tech savvy, and that's okay. Although, yeah, it can be a little slower, but as long as you have the grit and the attitude to move forward, that's what's most important. I have business partners who didn't have a Facebook account, and they got started here in the business. They saw an ad on YouTube. Imagine, they've hit ranks, they've hit milestones after milestones. Why? Because they have the grit, they have the determination, they have their pain points at the back of their head, and the mindset, the attitude. That's what's most important. So, you tell that to your audience. And then in my case, I said, I found this online opportunity, and here I am actually seeing fellow parents like me, fellow hardworking individuals, everyday individuals like me, who are achieving their goals, quitting their jobs, paying off debts, purchasing homes, paying off mortgages, traveling, quitting their jobs, and devoting more time for their family. And I was like, and fourth element comes into play. The fourth element is what you're excited about for the future. So to tie that with the third one, what you found and what you're excited. And now I'm excited because every day I know I'm moving closer to my goals of also, preparing for my children's education, for our retirement without missing the moment in the now, supporting my parents in the Philippines, and basically living in the moment, not just living in the daily grind, getting out of the matrix and really pursuing my passions, my mission, my purpose. You see that? That's exactly what I said like 5 years ago. I didn't say I have this, I have that, because your audience would know if you're lying or not. They can sense your authenticity, right? They would find out eventually. And there's nothing wrong with you being a newbie, because my audience, the business partners that I've had since like 5 years ago, I would ask them like, why did you click on my ad? Why? And I was new then, and I'm so grateful for their trust. Even if I'm new in the business, they're like, okay, I think this person can help me. You don't need to be a super expert. You don't need to have like 5-10 year experience before you're able to mentor somebody. You just need to be ahead of them like 1 to 2 days, and you are ahead of them. You know something that they don't, and that is credential enough for you to help them move forward. You found the solution, so you're providing value. You're not just taking money from them, you're mentoring them. You're actually showing them the way that, hey, this is what's possible for not just for me but also for you. You're giving them a very priceless value, which is giving them hope that yes, they can get out of the rut, or they can get unstuck from their situation with the solution that you're providing. See that? So those are the 4 key elements. First is your background. Second is what you don't like about your background, your pain points. Third is what you found, the solution that you found. And number 4 is what you're excited about. And that way you'll be able to connect with your audience. That way you'll be more relatable. And then now they will be able to open up, okay, maybe Katrina has a solution that I can also look into. And it's like not exactly they would just dive right away. You're just giving them an option, and now it's up to them to see if it's a good fit. I am basically acting as your consultant. I'm not going to be pushing you into something that you're not willing to. I'm just here to give you as much information that you need. So at the end of the day, you're actually deciding what's best for you. Like, hey, this is working not just for me, but for thousands of other people globally. See for yourself if it's a good fit. Ask me questions, because I've been in your shoes. I walked your shoes 5 years ago, and whatever is possible for me, that's also what's possible for you, because I am also looking up to my mentors, my coaches, the people who started way ahead of me, and they're paving the way, and that gives me inspiration. And that's also my goal, to give inspiration to all of you. Like, hey, if you're considering to having a side income, eventually making this your plan A, then I'm all for this. I'm here to guide you and see for yourself if it's a good fit, right? Oh my gosh. So those are the 4 key elements on how to tell your story effectively, and how you can also advertise, like me, like the other coaches and mentors in the community. Even if you're a newbie, or if you feel like just starting all over and still finding that winning out of yours. All right. Oh my gosh, look at you guys. Hey Mads, you got this, Mads. Just hone into your story. My story doesn't change. I always just tell the same story, even if whenever I do my ads up until now. What's the difference? Of course, apart from saying my goals, now I'm adding the results that I've already had. But the core story, my pain points, my background, what I don't like about it, what I found, what I'm excited about, it doesn't change. I'm still excited for a lot of things in the future. Hey, America and Justin, thanks for tuning in. Aloha. Ooh, on my way to LAX. Hello, Carlotta. Woohoo, you go, girl. Hey Vilma, watching from Calgary, Alberta. Hmm. There you have it. I think I have a call at 12:45, so I should be going. Another incoming business partner. And you know what, guys? I am so grateful. Why? Because this is my, so far, I think this is going to be my biggest month to date in terms of business partners joining in the business, starting their business ownership under my wing. It's crazy. Like, oh my gosh, like this is a huge month. March of 2019. I remember I first took the first step, like after watching the info session, March 16th. I marked that because that was my mom's birthday. That is my mom's birthday, so she just celebrated her birthday again over the weekend. And I told myself, okay, I'm taking this step because on this date specifically, because one of my biggest whys is my mom, my dad, like my father. And I just want to remember that 5 years ago and 5 years forward, it's going to be the biggest month. It's crazy. Yes, it's busy, but busy good because come to think of it, like these people are trusting me to mentor and coach them. I don't take that very lightly. But I'm confident that I can, take them under my wing. Why? Because I've been here for a while. But it doesn't mean that if you're new, you cannot mentor. No, absolutely not. But because I'm confident, because I have gained the knowledge over time as well, and we can also do that. You will gain more confidence the more you know about something, whether business, any other skills that you have. It's like being a new mom as well. You're scared at first, like with my newborn, like way back 15 years ago. But now I'm pretty confident because I have 3 of them and because I've gained knowledge throughout the years. I'm just so grateful. I'm just so happy. And I'm just looking forward to 5 more years and beyond in the business. And I'm also helping our community for some massive updates, and I am so privileged. I think whenever you help and give back, it just comes back like 1,000 folds. Of course, I'm not doing something to gain back something, but I've just proven that time and time again. Like last night, I hosted a team Zoom on behalf of two of our head coaches. And right after that, like, pouring my heart into that Zoom, my knowledge, and also with the other guest speakers. Right after that, like, I got a message that there's another incoming business partner who is starting really huge in the business. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I got another automated flyer last night. I haven't even posted about it. Like, it's just so many good news, one after the other. So if you're feeling frustrated, if you feel like you're in a rock bottom right now, don't lose hope. There's no other way to go but up. 5 years ago, I feel like there's a point that I felt hopeless as well. But I know God is there. God is watching. Pray like it all depends on Him. Work like it all depends on you. And when you combine that mindset and attitude and your working habits day in, day out, results will just follow. That's out of the question. And I told my mentors and coaches as well, I was sharing with one of my business partners that I've long been envisioning having at least 5 buyers or more per day, at least this number of business partners in a month or more. And it just struck me last night that the 5 buyers per day, I've actually achieved that March 8th. And I'm getting multiple buyers after that, like 2 to 3, 1, 2, 3 a day. I've hit that. And last night when I was, doing my tracking and all, oh my gosh, and I have yet to send a lot of other business contracts. And when I counted it, it actually would hit the target of my goals like for so many years now. And it's happening. I was like, I was just taking it all in. I was telling my husband, like, oh my gosh, Daddy, it's happening, it's happening. He's like, congratulations, save, save, save. That's my husband. Save, 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 I'm the spender, he's the saver. And he grounds me. I'm just so grateful. And I was also telling my business partner that, what have I been doing differently, like for the past few weeks? I've been advertising, like, consistently. The skills have been there, elevating it day after day. But apart from that, I think the huge shift is really being intentional with my meditation and prayers, and really being aware of how I put myself in a good space, mental space, like happy thoughts, positivity. I know it might sound cliche, but I think that's what's been helping me a lot. Like, doing worship songs to the point of I am crying doing worship songs while doing my makeup. Like, I would stop and then I would just raise my hand and then just do worship songs. I would just be carried away. That really puts me into the good mood, and then really envisioning the goals that I have. How will it look like when we finally have this goal achieved? How will I share it with you guys? Like the emotions. How will I surprise my spouse or my kids when we have achieved this one of the biggest goals that we have? And it drives me crazy good. Like, that feeling. And it's really like feeling the feelings. Yeah, there's a book, like there's a short book. What's the title? Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. I think I've listened to it multiple times already, 3 to 5 times. It's a short listen on Audible. I think just an hour. It's really rehearsing those good memories and also the goals that you have in the past and how it will make you feel. And when you put yourself in that good vibration and partnering it with lots of prayers and actions, it will just happen. And I tell you, like March 8th, when I got my 5 buyers in a day, like the moment I opened my eyes, I was like, God, I need another breakthrough in my life, in my business. And it's just one after the other. And my vibration, my feelings, is like crazy good that day. So I'm trying to imagine it every single day again. So I think that's a secret also. At the end of the day, it's crazy. Crazy good. And I've been, listening to Bob Proctor, Bible meditation app. So that really puts me into a good mood. And I listen to other people's goal lives, like my mentors, my coaches, and I try to go into the vibration that they're at, how they think, how they also pep talk themselves. Because at the end of the day, I can only inspire you. You can only get inspirations from others up to a certain point. But at the end of the day, it's only you who will be motivating yourself. So there's no other way. There's no other person but yourself, right? So there you go. I'm super pumped. Kathy, it's Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. So just Google it. There's an Audible version. It's a very easy listen. I like Audible because I can do other things. I can ride the bus or the subway, or I can do household while listening to it. Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. Okay, there you have it. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you found value with my Goal Live today. If you find value in this, comment value down below, and we'll connect. All right, so I'll just quickly show you where I am. So I'm here at the corner. There's a nice light in there. So I'll finish up my peanut butter and choco. There you have it. And my brown butter batter midday squares. This is sugar, but all organic. So, and fasting. There you have it. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye for now. Thank you.